All right, we're here as the Lost Rider Podcast. Good morning and welcome back to this second half of this week's News from the Camp House. We're here with the Ranch Fairy. He's explaining how he puts his bows and arrows together. He's gotten real technical with this about getting your bow right, getting your arrow right. You should always get a complete pass through. And that should happen every time on a whitetail. And, even on a bad shot, it should happen every time with a whitetail. All right, and we were talking about shooting these arrows with no fletchings on them and getting them perfect. But how do you do that exactly? I mean, what are you looking for in an arrow? What kind of an arrow? I understand there's different weights. But you lost me a little bit on what. What am I looking for? Do I go out and just look for graphite? I throw the old aluminums away.
Oh, okay.
How do I know what kind of an arrow that I'm supposed to get in the first place?
Okay, well, you can go look for Ranch Fairy test kits. We have test kits, but the carbon arrow is absolutely superior to all things.
Okay.
They are very consistent. They don't bend. Like, they don't take micro bends like we used to have to deal with aluminums in the old days.
Okay.
The components are pretty simple. They're available everywhere. Should your arrows all break, you could go to Walmart and get very similar spine stiffness arrows and probably get away with it if you really had to.
Okay.
Right? There are spine charts I shoot 65 pounds. Okay. And I'm a 29-inch draw length.
Okay.
So I've got 29-inch arrows, but I shoot a lot of weight. For the industry, I shoot about an arrow that's about 200 grains heavier than everybody else. So a standard arrow for a guy who goes to the shop or listens to the main marketing message of the archery world shoots about a 420 grain arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Mine start at 630 and go up about another set that's 715 for nail guy and big hogs that I get on.
Okay.
So this is pretty common in the supersonic world. The heavier bullets tend to do a lot better, both
right.
lethality and as far as stability and grouping. It's a broad statement. The world-class guys tend to shoot a little heavier bullets in the paper world, right?
Okay.
So we're using the mass to create momentum on target, and that perfect arrow flight that we talked about in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And then by far for getting it in the dirt, which we established early on, that's my standard. It may not be yours or whoever's listening,
right.
But that's the standard we're going to work with here for this conversation. A 2-blade,
okay,
one piece, preferably solid steel machined broadhead,
okay,
has absolutely no fail points.
All right.
It doesn't have screws. It doesn't have a punch point. It doesn't have super thin blades. It's super durable.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to learn to sharpen.
Right.
Which is old school.
That's logical, yeah.
But these days, sharpening is a forgotten art. And those broadheads down to strop, all the way to a strop,
mm-hmm.
and get them where they are literally, the hairs jump.
Mm-hmm.
Not fall on the blade. Jump off.
Okay.
And that all those components, perfect arrow flight, a broadhead that just won't bend, like it's not going fast enough. And then razor sharp, all those three components. There's a little more to it, but that's how you're going to get in the dirt. Okay. The deer's not going to feel it. The shaft's not going to be in them. We kind of talked around that a little bit from a physiology standpoint.
Right.
I mean, I shoot 200-pound hogs, and I have arrows skip 20 yards past them.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not kidding. a completely different world. Now I got to be on the ground. If I shoot out of a tripod, that don't work because it goes in the dirt, like sticks in them, right?
Sure.
But if I'm on the ground and a 200-pound pig comes out with a 650 grain arrow and a single bevel broadhead,
it's going to go all the way through. Right.
Every time.
Yeah.
The only thing that stops them on a pig that big, the only thing that stops them is if they duck hard and you hit the scapula and the spine, it will stop them.
Oh.
But a chest wall hit.
Right. All right. Now, okay. And all right. I was saying this other day. We were talking about it, and I said, well, okay, I guided archery hunters in Wyoming, elk hunting.
Right.
We had guys who consistently got pass-throughs on elk. We'd have 4 or 5 hunters that were good shots. They always took good shots. They always they were good hunters, and they consistently killed elk, and always got a complete pass-through. And it was my suggestion to the outfitter was find out what those guys are doing and put that on your website so people know what to bring.
100%.
That's it seemed logical to me.
Well, what's funny is I am BC before carbon. I'm old enough.
Okay.
I'm 57. So I'm old enough that all we had was aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know we were shooting 600 grain arrows.
Yeah.
2117s and 2219s. Those things were tanks.
Okay.
Compared to the carbons, which are like 9 grains per inch.
Mm-hmm.
So we were already shooting because that's all we had.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to go hunting. So we had pretty big pin gaps. We had kind of slow bows back then. And we were shooting heavy arrows. And I know you know this. You're pre-Thunderhead too. We had Bear Razor heads. We had Zwickies. Mm-hmm. And a couple of other contacts. But you went to the archery shop. There were like 6 broadheads or 7.
Right.
And then the Thunderhead came along. And we all said, wow, you can replace the blades. I remember that. Those. The Wasp was there, but it was kind of annoying. The Savora was a piece of garbage. But primarily, this is back in Pearson. And we came out of Ben Pearson and Fred Bear, and they all shot cut-on contact, 2-blade, or had little bleeder blades on the back. But they were essentially a cutting nose broadhead.
Right.
And you were seeing the arrows go through stuff.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Now, the only thing the outfitter that I was working for that time disallowed was mechanicals.
100%.
He completely, he put it in his literature. Whenever he's booking a hunt, he would tell people not to bring those things. And if they showed up with them, he didn't care if they didn't go to the mountains. He said, we're going to go to the shop and get you some broadheads. He would not allow anybody to use mechanical hunting elk. He said he said they just didn't work.
We've got, I don't know the outfitters, and I wouldn't say their names if I did, but I met 4 outfitters this year that aren't taking archery hunters anymore in Africa.
Yeah.
Because of the losses.
Right.
And I don't know what the broadhead platforms are or whatever.
Yeah. It's, that was kind of it was kind of disappointing that, we would have years when we did real well and pretty much packed everything we shot out of the mountains. And then all of a sudden next year, you had guys losing elk, and it would, bad shots, bad equipment. I usually blame it on a bad shot.
Sometimes that's going to happen. Okay. Yeah. But you can't have, I can accept I've lost 2 pigs on video and they moved as I shot, and the arrow hit 4 inches from what it was supposed to. One of them lived. 2 weeks later, he was running around.
Yeah.
I can accept me shooting poorly or something happening. Murphy, okay?
Right.
Me,
right.
The idiot, or Murphy. We can accept that, okay? I can't accept the arrow system, dulling, bending, breaking, stopping.
Right. Yeah.
You can buy the components.
Right. You can put together a bow and arrow that's going to work every time, and it's just a matter of if a person does it right.
That's correct. So we're going to all shoot. We're going to practice. We're going to know our effective range, get the best sights and release and practice. But it's unacceptable to have the arrows, like just you shooting, like every third one just does weird stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't have. And if it does, that's fine. What you should do is explore. Like if you're shooting a current arrow setup and you occasionally have one that goes weird, rather than just say, it mostly works, why don't you say, I wonder why? How can I narrow that up? If you're 75% effective, can you be 90?
Right.
By making some changes? You can. Troy at ranchfairy.com.
Yeah.
Email me.
Yeah. All right. No, tell people how to find you.
Okay. Instagram's with Ranch Fairy. You can type Ranch Fairy into the Google. I picked that name because I'm the ranch manager at our ranch, and I started to make fun of myself as the Ranch Fairy. Everybody wanted me to come fix everything.
Right.
So the fairy could just put his wings down and just fix whatever you broke and leave.
Yeah.
And I decided to use the name for my channel, and nobody had owned it, which you can imagine no one wants to be a Ranch Fairy, right? So it worked like crazy. So it's pretty simple to find. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, just Ranch Fairy.
All right. All right. Well, thanks for being with us this morning.
I appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
Folks, I hope you got something out of it this morning. A little bit about archery hunting. Everybody's got to get ready. Practice all summer. Get ready. Next October, we'll be back to whitetail hunting in Texas. Hell, September, we'll be elk hunting in Wyoming. So get ready. All right. Get a hold of the Ranch Fairy if you got any questions. Hope you enjoyed it this week. This weekend's edition was also brought to us by the Shaw's Bend Social Club. Country club folks who don't have a country club. Now go out, have a good weekend, have a lot of fun. Be safe, and y'all just remember, pretty much any day is sure a good day to be out in the woods.